every round.
Dan, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. The officer is speaking on the U.S. Capitol Police. We'll come back to you, Dan. Let's listen in.
Every day, thousands of people visit the United States Capitol and member offices, and over 2 million people a year are screened through the Capitol Visitor Center. Today at approximately 2:39 p.m., an adult male subject entered the North Screening Facility of the Capitol Visitor Center. During routine administrative screening, the individual drew what appeared to be a weapon and pointed it at officers. An officer fired and struck the suspect, who was subsequently treated by medical personnel. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to the hospital for treatment. The suspect is currently undergoing surgery. His condition is unknown at this time. A weapon was recovered on the scene. The congressional complex was locked down and USCP ordered a shelter in place. Based on the initial investigation, at approximately 3:40 p.m., the lockdown was lifted in all buildings except for the CVC, which remains processing for crime scene. The suspect's vehicle has been located on Capitol grounds and will be cleared of hazards and seized pending service of a search warrant. An uninvolved 35 to 45-year-old female bystander also suffered what appeared to be minor injuries and was transported to the hospital. No officers were injured. It has not been determined as to how many officers fired their weapons. The U.S. Capitol Police Investigations Division, the Capitol Police Office of Professional Responsibility, and the Metropolitan Police are conducting investigations into this matter. I stress that much of this information is still very preliminary. I want to stress that while this is preliminary, based on the initial investigation, we believe that this is an act of a single person who has frequented the Capitol grounds before, and there is no reason to believe that this is anything more than a criminal act. As additional information is gained, I'll provide as much as I can through our Public Information Office. I want to assure the American and visiting public that the U.S. Capitol Police officers continue to protect the Capitol and the CVC. For all who visit, we expect regular order of business tomorrow morning at the Capitol Visitor Center, so people can safely visit the United States Capitol and their member offices. Again, this is preliminary information. As we get more information, I'll be happy to provide it through our regular PIO sources.
Chief, is this suspect known to you, known to the Capitol Police?
While we have not, I have not received confirmation about who the suspect is. We believe that the suspect is known to us.
And how was he known to you, sir?
Through previous contacts.
Were there
Chief, can you
disruptions, sir?
This was the individual who disrupted the House chamber last fall, the gentleman from Tennessee.
I can't comment on that right now.
Chief,
have charges been filed?
Not at this point.
Chief, there's been a lot of talk about...
Not at this point.
Chief, there's been a lot of talk about security lately in light of what happened in Brussels. This checkpoint at the CVC was designed to identify a threat before it could get into the Capitol. Did this work the way it was designed today? Are you satisfied with the response?
It appears that the screening process works the way it's supposed to. That's correct. Again, this is preliminary, and I know you want as much information as I can possibly give you, but without confirming some things, I really don't want to give you bad information. I'd rather just give you the information when we confirm it. I'll try to provide as much information as I can so that you can certainly get it out to the public.
Chief, on the car.
I want to thank you very much.
How was the weapon able to get through security? Any other concerns about other How was the weapon able to get through security?
All right, that was the U.S. Capitol Police briefing reporters on what exactly happened. He said that they believe this was just one individual known to Capitol Police from prior incidents. They said that he is in surgery. They have not released the suspect's name at this time. They said that the woman, innocent bystander, only has minor injuries. They cautioned, as we all in the media should be doing as well, that a lot of the preliminary information they have is just preliminary and could be corrected. So with that news given, let us turn back to our panel, and I want to bring back Dan Bongino, former U.S. Secret Service agent. And Dan, you were describing the importance when it comes to the quick reaction of law enforcement in situations like this, not only to fire, but not to fire, because obviously a number of officers firing at a suspect in a crowded area with, one that is teeming with tourists could potentially be deadly and cause a lot of injuries by the officers. So holding their fire, also a significant decision to make.
Oh, absolutely, Jake. One of the lessons they teach you from day one in the Secret Service Academy, and I'm absolutely sure the Capitol Police are taught as well, I've dealt with them many times, is you are responsible for every single round of ammunition that leaves that gun. There are no excuses, especially in the Secret Service when you're standing a foot away from the President of the United States. You don't just get to unload, thank God, your magazine to eliminate a target. You have to be extremely careful. So I think the target discrimination is the difficult part. The mechanics of shooting can be taught, but like you said before, it's learning when not to shoot sometimes. And I have to tell you, in a scenario such as this, just having heard the briefing from the officer there, it is amazing, and thank God that the injuries, given the scenario and the amount of rounds that apparently seem to have been let go, that no one else was hurt. God bless the response. This couldn't have gone, I think, any better from the law enforcement side, given all the circumstances.
Yeah, and let's hope that the report that innocent bystander only has minor injuries, let's hope that that's one of those reports that holds up as time goes by. Tom Fuentes, what was your reaction to the information given at that briefing? One of the reporters asked if the individual in question was from Tennessee, known to have disrupted the Capitol, I guess the House chamber perhaps, in October of last year or in the fall of last year. He wouldn't comment on that, but did acknowledge that this was somebody who was known to Capitol Police.
No, that's true, Jake, but there's probably thousands of people that are known to them that show up there, cause trouble, and even if they don't have weapons, get inside the facility because they pass through the magnetometers, then maybe cause problems, maybe want to do a protest, maybe other incidents. So it's not uncommon for them to deal with people either trying to get in or actually after they've already gotten in. It is uncommon to have somebody try to walk through that magnetometer with a gun or be in the process of drawing a gun. As far as identifying, I think from the police standpoint, all in due time. They know they'll put that name out soon, but they want to, as I mentioned before, have access to that person's residence, computers, phone records, talk to neighbors and friends, others that can shed more light on why this person did what he did.
All right, Tom Fuentes, Art Roderick, and Dan Bongino, thank you so much, and thanks to our reporters today. That's it for The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper. We're going to have to continue with coverage of this story by CNN. I'm going to take a very quick break, but we'll have much more